What up, what up, what up? It's the pastor. And wishing you all a wonderful evening. Look here, I'm on Streamyard right now, so I'm going to try to figure out how this works as opposed to Facebook Live. According to the instruction manual, I should be streaming on my Dixon for Justice page, okay? But I'm not sure if that's really working. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let that keep running, and I'm going to start up my Facebook page, okay? My regular Facebook page, and we'll go from there. We'll work it out. We'll work it out. Even though the Streamyard is saying, what's going on? What's going on? The Streamyard is saying that I'm live and that I've been live for a minute and 10 seconds, but I don't see it showing on my Facebook page. So rather than fool around and waste time and whatever, I've already logged into my Facebook page, and I'm going to start with a little music here that I'm quite sure, even though the Streamyard is still running, maybe I'll figure out the kinks in it before it's time for me to add these videos or whatever. But until then, here's a little song from Mayfield, the Mighty Mighty Impressions, as they say.
If you had a choice of colors,
the title, Choice of Colors.
Which one would you choose?
You had a choice,
my brothers.
The colors, which one would you choose?
If there was no day or night, which would you prefer to be right?
The song is about the
how long have you hated your white teacher? Who told you you love your black preacher?
Black power, black unity.
Do you respect your brother's woman friend? And share with black folks not of kin.
We go hard for everybody else.
People must prove to the people a better day is coming for you and for me, with just a little bit more education and love for our nation would make a better society. Now some of us would rather cuss and make a fuss than to bring about a little trust. But we shall overcome, I believe, someday, if you'll only listen to what I have to say.
And
how long have you hated your white teacher? Who told you you love your black preacher? Can you respect your brother's woman friend and share with black folks not of kin? I say now people must prove to the people a better day is coming for you and for me, with just a little bit more education and love for our nation would make a better society. And if you had a choice of colors, which one would you choose, my brothers?
That I think they wouldn't choose.
If there was no day or night, which would you prefer to be right? And if you had a choice of colors, which one would you choose, my brothers? If there was no day or night, which would you prefer to be right?
1968.
If
Wonderful
you
song.
had a choice of colors,
Wonderful song.
which one would
you choose? Good evening, everybody. Good evening, everybody. It's the pastor, and I'm in the house. I'm on Streamyard, and I also went ahead on and started my Facebook page because I know with Streamyard, because I don't have a plan. I don't have like record capabilities or whatever. And then I don't really know if the Streamyard is playing. Okay. I don't even know if the Streamyard is playing. I'm hoping it is, because when I get this time to show these videos, I want to be able to show the videos. If I can't show the video, I don't know, maybe I can turn my camera around on my cell phone, where it's Facebook Living right now by itself. I don't know. Okay. But please share this on out. Let's see if we can get some more people on. And of course, many of you all know that I'm talking tonight about this craziness that's going on with a young man, Johnathan Thrower, right? You all know him as Shakem Amen-Aked, okay? And for over a week now, you know, he's kind of been, I don't know, he got a fly up his behind or something. I don't know, something going on that he decided that he was going to go in on me over the issues with the nonprofits and all of that. And what he's done is he's strung a series of lies. You all saw the debate. Some of y'all saw the debate, but you heard about the debate. How in the debate, you know, Donald Trump for an hour and a half, he told over 30 lies. You know, lie. Joe Biden, he told some mistruths too, you know, to the tune of about what I think 6 or 8 or something like that. But 30, over 30, that's the kind of lies that Johnathan Thrower. I'm going to call him Johnathan Thrower, not by that Afrocentric name. Because, you know, when you are eating off of your own people, my personal thought is you don't really deserve to discredit the name of our ancestors or by utilizing names that are connected to Africa. Because basically what you're doing is you're doing the white man's work, the oppressor's work. And you don't get to play both sides of that fence with me. I'm sorry. So I'm going to be calling him Johnathan Thrower, okay, as opposed to Shakem or any derivation of that. Maybe he'll get right or whatever. It's my understanding that his mom told him he needs to stop or whatever, and I guess he paid attention to her or whatever. But you know, I don't know if anybody thinks that I'm supposed to stop because of that. Y'all got me wrong, okay? First off, he didn't have a weak head start on me. He been bad mouthing me for a week. Okay, I started last night, and all of a sudden today, okay, well, I'm through. Okay, and you think I'm supposed to shut down? No, Dre, I got something to say, and I'm gonna say it tonight, and I'm gonna say it again on Sunday night. Okay, y'all, please share this out. Let's get some more people on here tonight. Okay, let me move my camera over that way a little bit. All righty, and you know, and as I said in my live last night, you know, I've really grown tired of this, and I'm this brother's lying about me. I'm tired of it, you know. And I say this time because he's done this before. This ain't the first time that he's done this. Okay, so for those that are asking me, because some folks, a lot of folks said, and I appreciate those that have contacted me today and thanked me and said we appreciate you and I stand with you. And there are others who said, you know, well, maybe you need to stand down. I had to explain to them that I've done that in the past. Okay, I've stood down. I've given that grace. But, you know, just like I said last night, grace has an expiration date on it. Okay, and he's expired. That grace is expired. That's it. If you all are watching on Facebook or whatever, please share this out. You know, let's get some more people on here. But, you know, as I said, though, he's done this before. Now, last night, I talked about a person who says that he's helping the community, but still acts like he did when he was in them streets tearing the community down. And that's sad. Last night, I gave the history, how Shakem Amen-Aked took the community actually by storm a decade ago. Super black man, Mr. RBG, that's red, black, and green for you all that don't know, a Pan-African group, okay, literally, and I mean literally beating white racists down, rallying against white supremacy and white supremacists. He was Pan-African Shakem. He was ski mask wearing Facebook Live Shakem. He was marching in the streets against the Klan with a red, black, and green flag and a bullhorn in his hand, Shakim. I remember all of them. I remember all of that. And then in 2019, something happened. He switched. He switched. Last night, I used the intro from Public Enemy's 1989 hit, Fight the Power, in which they took a quotation from an activist in New York named Thomas Todd, TNT, what they called him, TNT Todd. And the quote in the beginning of Fight the Power went this way. It said, "Yet our best trained, best educated, best equipped, best prepared troops refuse to fight." And let me stop right there. The Shakim Amen Aket that I met those years ago, even though a lot of times with ideology we didn't agree, but that was him, one of our best trained, best educated, best equipped, best prepared troops, coming not long out of the, I see that looks like my, it says that live got, okay, there we go. All right. Came out of the prison system, okay? And hit the ground running, I guess, doing this thing. And he did qualify as what I'll say with Public Enemy, with Thomas TNT Todd. Our best trained, best educated, best equipped, best prepared troops. But Todd said they refuse to fight. As a matter of fact, it's safe to say that they would rather switch than fight. Somewhere around 2019 or so, Black Power, ski mask, bullhorn carrying Shakim Amen Aket abandoned his red, black, and green superhero community representative cape and donned the MAGA Make America Great Again cloak. The same cloak and the same people that he was fighting against as RBG. He became them. At some point, the spirit of the old RBG Shakim died, and the new lying MAGA spirit of Donald Trump was resurrected inside of Johnathan Thrower. He switched instead of fighting. And those are the things I talked about last night. Now, as I said, though, I'm tired. I'm really tired. I'm fed up with this brother lying about me. This ain't the first time, but over this last week, it's been lie after lie after lie. And see, I'm blocked from his pages because anybody that he feels is going to say something contrary to what he wants to put forth, he blocks them on his pages, okay? I know countless numbers of people who he blocked because they say things that or challenge him in what he's saying and his lies. So he blocks them. I'm blocked, okay? But I have friends. I have people that I know. I have frenemies who are on his page, who see this and hear this and say, man, maybe I need to let Pastor know what's going on here because they know I'm blocked. So they send me screenshots. They give me opportunity to access his videos and whatever. Lie. I'm watching, I'm seeing, I'm hearing, I'm reading lie after lie after lie. I don't know why. I don't get it. I don't know why I'm being targeted by this guy. For real. But how many of y'all know? Again, there's an expiration date on grace, and the buck won't stop this weekend as far as that. Unless he wants more of his history to be set out just like that. But I think after tonight's evidence that I provide, evidence of the type of liar that he is, coupled along with the second installment I'm going to do on Sunday at 8 o'clock, I think maybe he'll decide to just maybe take heed to what his mom said, who's really a very nice lady, and just stop this madness, okay? Which I don't understand why. Like I said, as I said, I'm fed up. I'm fed up about them lying about me. And that's why I'm taking time to clear the air, okay? To set the record straight, to let our community know that the Shakim Amen Aket that they know is really a lying shyster, just like his folks are. Corey, Allen Whittington, whatever his name is, the white supremacist, the January 6th insurrectionist. Yes, he was in Washington, D.C. on January 6th of 2021. And he's no different than Donald Trump, as far as I'm concerned. No different, okay? There was a time when this was the Shakim Amen Akhet that I knew from that day. The picture probably was a lie, okay? This was the Shakim Amen Akhet that I knew. Black Lives Matter, Shakim, right? And now he's running with people who will not even allow that term Black Lives Matter to be said in their presence. You say Black Lives Matter, first thing they say is, I wish I could get y'all the feedback because I know what y'all would say. All lives matter. That's what they say. That's the racist point of view. And those are the people that he's rocking with now, okay? So today and Sunday night at 8 o'clock p.m., as promised, I'm shifting from the background info into the real substance, okay? Tonight, I'm going to share the irrefutable evidence that Johnathan Thrower is a liar, okay? Just like Corey Whittington, just like Trump. And that the lies he's been telling about me were manufactured, they were intentional, and they were aimed at discrediting my name within the community I serve for whatever reason. I don't know what reason. Whatever reason. Be it clout chasing, I don't know. Be it serving and sucking up to those Republican buddies of his, I don't know. Corey and them, I don't know. Maybe he got paid, I don't know. Because it's been alleged that he takes money to do things like this. It's been alleged. I can't prove it, okay? Or maybe he's doing it just because he's so insecure in himself that he feels that the only way he can get to the top is by tearing others around him down. And that's sad, people. And it's sad that I feel that I even need to address this foolishness. But a reputation that's taken me, I want you to understand this, a reputation that's taken me 24 years to build is at stake. And I'm not going to sit quiet as Thrower, Shakim, tries to ruin it, which he really can't do because y'all know me. But there are others, okay? There are others. The internet never goes away. Stuff is always there, and it's always going to be there. And I have grandchildren, and they will have children and whatever. And I want to make sure that when they Google my name, if that any this craziness shows up, that they can also Google and see where I got with that, with the truth. Okay. So with that being said, let's go. Let's go. And I hope that the live stream thing is working. I don't know, but I'm going to try it. Okay. I mean, the Streamyard thing, I'm still going to try it. Okay. Now, this all started, right, when the Post and Courier published an article on Tuesday, July 2nd, about an investigation, an FBI investigation that was launched into North Charleston. The quote, the Post and Courier article title was, into North Charleston's $1.3 million anti-violence program. Again, let me say it again. Into North Charleston's $1.3 million anti-violence program. I have the article here, okay? And I might want to just read some captions from it, okay? And maybe make some remarks right quick. In the article, I have the article right there, printed out, okay? It says, the FBI has opened an inquiry into North Charleston's $1.3 million gun violence reduction grant program. An investigation into the program, okay? It says here, it's unclear when the agency launched its inquiry and if it pertains only to the anti-violence initiative or other city dealings. It's unclear if the agency, when the agency launched the inquiry, that if it was just pertaining to the initiative or other city dealings, okay? Let's go over here. The probe comes 6 months after a Post and Courier investigation that found scant oversight and the lack of strategy hampered the first-time program. The newspaper's review of the grassroots initiative showed North Charleston's officials failed to do certain things like keep tabs on where the taxpayer money went to or what the 13 groups accomplished. city leaders, and I'm reading from the article, city leaders didn't diligently vet the groups. Okay, first line it said the newspaper's review showed North Charleston officials failed to do something. The next line says city officials didn't diligently vet the groups or provide financial training. The next line says no one seemed to take ownership of the initiative. Gauging the program's effectiveness was difficult because the city never implemented a system. And then it says many city council members never received the progress reports the groups were required to submit. Let me say, which they did submit, okay? And police, but if they didn't get to the city council, it wasn't because they didn't submit them. It's because the people who were to handle them didn't do what they were supposed to. And then it goes on and says, and police officers who held the check-ins didn't thoroughly read them, okay? Nothing that I read there. And let me read this last line here. Soon after, Mayor Reggie Burgess sent a letter to leaders inviting them to present an overview of their achievements and use of the funds before a subcommittee. The posting, one nonprofit leader told the Post and Courier July 2nd that the city has yet to contact him about that presentation. Everything in the Post and Courier report from July 2nd, every last word of it talked about what the city hadn't done. And that they didn't know what the investigation was going to be done by FBI, but they said their investigation talked about what the city hadn't done. And all of a sudden, here Thrower takes this leap from what the city hadn't done and what was said there in the initial article to point the finger at the nonprofits that received the money instead of looking at what was said in the article, that the city has made some mistakes that might be the reason why this investigation was started. Now, let me make this perfectly clear, okay? Here's what I think. I think that the nonprofits who, like I said, many of them have been reporting as they're supposed to. There are some real discrepancies in them, okay? In their operation, in their recording, in their startup, everything. I'm not going to take anything that away. Y'all know I'm going to tell the truth about whatever, okay? But I do believe that what triggered the FBI was, first off, somebody called them and said there's a problem, but that's cool. But I think that they came to investigate the city because the city erred in what it was supposed to be doing. And of course, in investigating the city, it could quite possibly find some type of misdoings between the city and maybe the nonprofits. Maybe one, maybe two, maybe some, maybe all, maybe none. But the investigation was not focused directly on the nonprofits and their accountability. It's on the city's failure to make this program accountable so it would stand. Okay, we need to make sure that we're listening, that we're keeping track of what's really going on. Okay, but in the light of that investigation, here comes Johnathan Thrower. Yakety yakety yak, yakety yakety yak, and I wanted to exchange the word yakety yak for Dixon, because for some reason or other, he got a problem with Dixon. Now let me just say something, okay? All these conversations, all these things that he's saying about Dixon, it ain't true. It ain't true, okay? But let me just go through. I don't know enough about Streamyard to be able to post the slides and everything that I could have done, but I'm learning. Y'all charge it to my head, not my heart, okay? Next time I will definitely be more prepared. All righty. But so I went back to my old school method, right? My old school method. Y'all know how I do. So this is the initial article, okay, that Live 5 did. Live 5 did an interview of concerning the nonprofits. The title of it is Nonprofits Awarded $1.2 million to Reduce Gun Violence in North Charleston. This was back in December, I believe, of 2022, when the original awarding was done for the nonprofits. And this is what Shakim had posted on his page. You see his name right there, right? Okay. And this, I guess this might have been the beginning of it, because it says, the city of North Charleston is awarding $1.2 million in grants to 12 local nonprofits with the intent of reducing gun violence in the community. Now, there happened to be 13. There was another person, another organization, nonprofit organization, that received $100,000 also. So that's 13 organizations, each receiving $100,000. And as was noted in the Post and Courier's article, with no training, no help, no nothing like that, just here, and told to do this reporting, which, as far as I know, most of them actually did that. Okay. But then here we go down this other rabbit trail with Shakim. Okay. Here we go. Okay. I got another one I'm reading. This is another one from his page, and I want you all to see his name is right there. Okay. This is from his page. And on this, it says that a couple of years ago, Pastor Dixon and his friends, there we go, my name right there. Pastor Dixon and his friends came to the Community Resource Center and demanded Lewis Smith and myself to publicly open our books for the public to see. But that's a lie right there. And I'm going to talk about that on Sunday. Okay. It was just a lot more than just that. Okay. They called a press conference with Live 5 News and ended up looking silly in the end. I guess that's a perception. Okay. Because on Sunday, you'll see who was looking silly. All righty. But then he went on to write, and I got it underlined. Fast forward 2 years, and now his affiliate organizations are being investigated by the FBI for misappropriation of government funding in the North Charleston gun violence grant probe. I just read the Post and Courier article where it didn't talk about the nonprofits being investigated. It said the city is being investigated. So he's lying. He's lying. Then he goes on, and I guess he makes a statement about me. However, though, he isn't talking about transparency or encouraging his friends to open the books for everyone to see. Where's the press conference? Show the FBI the books. Funny, he's silent about this right now. Listen, the FBI is doing what the FBI does, investigating the city of North Charleston, not specifically aimed at the nonprofit. There was no mention in that, and I haven't read anything from the FBI saying this is what they came to do, to open up the books or investigate the nonprofits that got the money. I haven't seen that. I believe that it's going to be a collateral investigation that's going to result from the city officials, that investigation and how they handle the distribution that's going to fold over into the nonprofits. But that's not what they're here to do. So I don't know what Shakim is talking about he's expecting me to do. Anyway, let me just get something straight. I don't work for him. He need to mind his own business and get out of Pastor Dixon business. Unless there's some wrongdoing going on. And as he said, my affiliate organizations, they tight. Their stuff was done right. Those that I associate with. Why? Because I don't have a nonprofit at all. I don't get paid for anything that I do. As far as advisory or whatever, no, I don't get paid anything, and I don't have a nonprofit. So, well, let me go to the screenshot from his next page. Okay, this is a whole nother one where he posted this. I guess the link to the same article from Live 5. Okay, that's my picture on Live 5. Okay. And the post reads this, okay? I want you all to pay attention to this. The post reads this way. It says, Pastor Thomas Dixon, day one after getting $100,000 from the city of North Charleston. Hard stop. I want to know, do you all really hear what I just read and what he just said? Pastor Thomas Dixon, day one, after getting $100,000 from the city of North Charleston. My friends, that is 100% lie. I have never received any funds from the city of North Charleston. Never received any funds for the work that I do in the community. I don't have a nonprofit, so I couldn't have been among the nonprofits that received it. I never asked for any money. I never looked for any money. But this liar, Pastor Thomas Dixon, day one, after getting $100,000 from the city of North Charleston. And you wonder why the white supremacists, I'm going to talk about them and I'm going to read some of their stuff too, why they think that I've got money that I'm misusing from the city. Because this is what he wanted them to believe in order to discredit me. But why me? Maybe somebody can figure that out. Something. Why am I in the center of this whole conversation? Then he said, I have no idea why Mayor Burgess picked some of these people. He said, they started talking about me. Now it's they. Okay, I'm part of they in the way he's insinuating this. They were anti-Summey, anti-North Charleston, and anti-police until they got paid off. Now his election, he's suggesting that the people who got the grant money were somehow being paid off to do something. I don't know what that might have been. Okay, but when he said they, I'm included in that they, because he started out by saying I got $100,000 from the city from day one. Okay, and he also said, okay, that I said that it's racist. I want you to pay attention to this. In that same post right there, he says it's racist for gun violence grant organizations to have to report money because they are black. That's another lie. One sentence, two lies. One sentence, two lies. Two major lies. He said that from day one, I've been saying that it's racist for gun violence grant organizations to have to report money because they're black. I ain't never said nothing like that. Y'all know me better than know that. I don't roll like that. But unfortunately, it's some people who don't know me in this community who would probably listen to what he's got to say, and then even more so, that white MAGA base that he's race baiting with, that he's trying to give them some fuel or some fodder to create a feeding frenzy on Pastor Dixon. It's real simple what he's doing, okay? From another post that he made, okay? I'm still going through posts. This is a whole nother post that he made, starting with talking about how he feels for Mayor Burgess, feels his pain, and but then he goes on in this line right here, back to who? Back to Pastor Dixon. Pastor Thomas Dixon even gets on the news and says it's racist that they have to submit monthly reports, plus thus proving he never had intentions on reporting in the first place. First off, let's get something straight. I didn't get no money. I don't have to report nothing. I didn't get no money. I was under no obligation to report anything. What I did do was, though, I made sure that a lot of those that were, some of those that were in, had a good understanding of their obligations to the city and how to make sure that they fulfill those obligations, and kept some of them on track. Bottom line. But this clown says gets on the news and says it's racist that they have to submit monthly reports, thus proving that he never had intentions on reporting in the first place. Are y'all tracking with me? Are y'all tracking with me? I'm trying to just figure this out. I hope y'all are tracking. You see the craziness? You see the lies? Okay. Now, and then here's how he backs that up. Okay. A couple of spots down. I had to highlight this. It said, however, most of us already knew people like Dixon and Elder Johnson were fraudulent before this even happened. Most of us already knew, in caps, in capital letters, already knew people like Dixon and Elder Johnson were fraudulent before this even happened. Elder Johnson got money. Okay, his organization got money. I didn't get no money. I didn't want no money. I didn't ask for no money. I'm not a nonprofit. I didn't expect no money. But now he says that me and this Elder Johnson have been fraudulent. And he can do that on social media because he don't have to provide no proof. Now, for all of these things, I need him to prove where I got, when I got, how I got $100,000. I'm going to disprove in a minute this conversation, this thought about me, and this concept of I said it's racist, or they shouldn't have, groups should not have to report because they're black. I'm going to cover all of that real quick. And now he's saying, okay, I've been fraudulent over the years. Y'all, most of y'all know me. That's not how I roll. My life has been an open book. And if there's any kind of misdoings, you need to probably look into the Community Resource Center, Lewis Smith and Shakem. Okay, excuse me, Johnathan Thrower. And then he adds right here, he says, okay, why give them $100,000? Who is he talking about? He's talking about me and Elder Johnson. Elder Johnson got $100,000. I didn't get no $100,000. What the heck? What the heck is wrong with him? Why give them $100,000 and they don't even have a program? Oh, they don't even have a program. Johnson's got a nonprofit. I don't have a nonprofit. Why give them $100,000? So I guess he's saying they gave me $100,000 and I don't have a program. Well, I never said I had one. Never got $100,000. Wasn't looking for no $100,000. Did not expect the city of North Charleston to give me $100,000. And the only thing that I know is that for those few nonprofits that did get it, I tried my best to channel them in the official way to handle their funds. And they will attest to that. Not this clown who had nothing to do with it. By the way, Community Resource Center, Lewis Smith, and Shakem was with him at the time. They got $100,000 too. Okay. So they're being, I guess, according to Shakem, they're being investigated too. But now I'm just going to share a personal thought about that. I don't understand why they were part of that $100,000 distribution, really, because in the past, they've received sums like $500,000 here, $250,000 there. They have been a nonprofit for a very long time. Well, not a very long time, but about 5 years or so, 5 years. And they've received ample funding where all of the other nonprofits were upstarts. Okay. And I'm not even going to talk about food distribution versus violence interrupters. I ain't never seen either one of them at a gun at the scene in the aftermath of a gunfire. Okay. But you see it. Do you see what I'm saying about this clown and the way he lies and manipulates what's said? And then I mentioned that he has this other base, right? The white base, the white MAGA base. These MAGA maniacs, okay? Yeah, throw and he knows all of that, Maddie. But he's trying to do something, and I don't know what it is, because here's part of what he's been doing, okay? He says in that post, I just read it, Pastor Thomas Dixon, day one, after getting $100,000 from the city of North Charleston, says it's racist for blah, blah, blah. But now, the racist, the white supremacist, this dude here, Corey Allen, right? This is his last name is Whittington, right? But he uses Corey Allen, I think, because he feels that he could hide his criminal background if he doesn't use his last name. So he uses that. And this dude was in Washington, D.C. on January 6th. He's a strong Trumper and all of that. And he has this little online blog or whatever they call it. I don't even know what they call it. Podcast, something, I don't know. But called the Overton Report, right? Straight up racist, bigot, the whole nine. That's right. But see, he sees this, right? Because he's on Shakem's pages. Now he's picking up on it. Look what he wrote up here. He said, Pastor Dixon said it was racist for the city of North Charleston to ask, I don't have the whole screenshot, but I know what he's saying, to ask these nonprofits to report what they had, just like Shakem said, because they black. Nah, the white race is picking up on it. That's insane. But that's what he do. Let's see if I can catch up with myself, figure out where I'm at, okay? That's what he do, okay? Corey Allen, he took the lie that Johnathan Thrower said about me and shared it to a white nationalist, white racist, white supremacist in their chat room. Wonder why. What is he trying to do? What is he trying to do? Okay. Now, all of this came from this so-called interview, this Live 5 interview. This Live 5 interview that he got all this so-called information from or whatever. Remember, I showed you the pictures with me standing in the pictures. This is a picture of the Live 5 interview right here, a shot from it, from the Live 5 interview, okay? So what he did was he posted on his page a portion of the interview, just enough to manipulate somebody into thinking or believing what he's talking about. I'm going to play it. Unfortunately, I don't think I can do it. Let me see if I can turn this thing around here. I might be able to turn it around here. Let me turn it and show it. Okay. All right. Let me see. Here's what he played. Okay. Let me see if I can do this.
Micromanagement of us because of who we are, where we come from, as opposed to just giving us the funds.
Okay, let me try to do that one more time.
Is this micromanagement of us because of who we are, where we come from, as opposed to just giving us the funds?
Okay, all righty. Let me turn this back around. That's what he posted on his page. That little 8 seconds, okay? Insinuating, making it look like I'm saying that we shouldn't even be, as black people, that we shouldn't even be required to do any reporting, just as he's saying. But how many of y'all know that wasn't the whole interview? I'm going to play next for you all the portion of the interview where I actually spoke. The rest of it, it was to 21 seconds that I spoke in that interview, okay? And of that 21 seconds, he played 8 seconds, okay? Let me play the rest of it, okay, of my part of it, okay? Let's see where we at right here, okay?
This micromanagement of us because of who we are, where we come from, as opposed to just giving us the funds, of course with accountability, reporting on it, not a problem. But if there's anything different than what they've done to other nonprofits or for other nonprofits, then we need to make the playing field level.
Ooh-wee. That's everything that I said. I said a lot more than what he put out there. I said that if there's any kind of discrepancies in the way people have been treated in the past, and that because it is who we are. Of course, with those nonprofits, you got ex-offenders, you got people been about that life and whatever. So all of a sudden now I'm seeing different things being put on these groups that weren't put on others who received funds, millions of dollars. They just signed over the checks to them and they walked on. So I had to stop because nobody else, most of them, they're new to this or whatever, but I know. And I had to make sure that it was put out to the general public. Let me start it over again, okay? Put out to the general public.
Is this micromanagement of us because of who we are, where we come from, as opposed to just giving us the funds, of course with accountability, reporting on it, not a problem. But if there's anything different than what they've done to other nonprofits or for other nonprofits, then we need to make the playing field level.
Up.
Is this micromanagement of us because of who we are, where we come from, as opposed to just giving us the funds?
That's where he stopped it at. And he cut it off before you could hear this.
Of course with accountability, reporting on it, not a problem. But if there's anything different than what they've done to other nonprofits or for other nonprofits, then we need to make the playing field level.
He manipulated the video in order to make a statement that was not true, okay, at all. And I'm going to play, I've got the whole 1 minute and 21 seconds, I believe it is, for the video. I'm going to start it. I might not play the whole thing, but just so that you know that it is right there, okay? Let me turn this around. Okay, let's see.
This micromanagement of us because of who
You
we
heard this
are,
part.
where we come from, as opposed to just giving us the funds. Of course, with the
wrong one. Y'all forgive me.
North Charleston is awarding $1.2 million in grants to 12 local nonprofits with the intent of reducing gun violence in the community. This new program is called Gun Violence Reduction Grants. Each nonprofit will be awarded $100,000 each to fund services like mentorship programs, feeding the community, and more. North Charleston Mayor Keith Summey says he wants to see success stories from these nonprofits to bring this grant money back in the budget next year. Although these nonprofits say they're thankful for the money, some are questioning if their requirements are set to the same standards as previous programs. For example, these 12 organizations had to sign an agreement before they accepted the money, but they say other nonprofits from previous programs did not have to do that.
Is this micromanagement of us because of who we are, where we come from, as opposed to just giving us the funds? Of course, with accountability, reporting on it, not a problem. But if there's anything different than what they've done to other nonprofits or for other nonprofits, then we need to make the playing field level.
The city says some members of council and leaders of nonprofits are getting together next week to settle any disparities and to clarify what kind of requirements will be given to who and what in the future.
Yipper. So that sounds more like me, don't it, than what he posted, because he wanted to manipulate the minds of those who would listen, would watch his or read his blog or watch his read his post. He wanted to manipulate their minds, so he diced up just that little segment out of there. Same thing that the white dude Corey Allen, he does the exact same thing in order to manipulate the message that's there. Y'all heard it for yourselves. Y'all heard it for. He lied with the video. Period. He didn't just lie with the video. Y'all check this out. So after he put it there, apparently some people questioned about the video, okay? And asked him, where is the full video? Okay, I'm reading from that page, Shockham page, okay? You see at the top, where is the full video? Okay. And what was his response? He responded, where is the full interview? He responded, there is no full interview. I told y'all I was going to prove the lie, right? I think I'm going down the right trail of doing so. He told this person in writing, there is no full video. It's a 5-second news clip from Live 5 News. That's a lie straight out the pits of hell. You just saw it. You can Google that title of that article yourself, and you can see the video yourself. And then after that, there was another comment that was made. It says, well, that clip is deceiving. Need the full interview, but thank you. Okay. And look what his response was. He said, obviously, it's not, because he said the same thing over and over again. I beg to find out when I said in that 7-second clip what was said there over and over again, and not the full clip, the 21 seconds that I spoke on the entire subject. I challenge him. Produce it. Show the other times when I said just that. Want to get on here running off at the mouth, lying and carrying on about people. You got to watch yourself. You got to be careful, especially when you got people who got receipts and knows and been around for a while, okay? And then he added, plus, none of them filled out the necessary reports. That's a lie. That's a straight lie. None of them. Man, that's a straight lie. Somebody, when y'all see him, y'all need to ask him why he lying like that. Maybe he got some kind of neurological disorder or something. I don't know. But he might need a physical too, just like I said about Lewis last night. Straight up. Then another person other than that person asked the question. Okay? Ask of him. Right? Yeah. Okay, right. This is an entirely different person here. That person said, please share link to the Live 5 News press conference. I'm intrigued. Thrower's response was this. He said, they didn't air it. Can you read that? I don't know if you can read that. Let me see if I get it. Right. They didn't air it. Pastor Dixon probably still has it on his page. If they didn't air it, how could I have it on my page? And I got all of this since he started these attacks. It's right there online. Lie, lie, lie. Lie, lie, lie. That's what I put on there. You are of your father, the devil. He was a liar from the beginning, and he still is. Okay. I reiterate. Y'all heard it in the clip. Y'all heard it. Y'all heard what I said, but I'm going to read it. Why? Because if you find that article, right? As a matter of fact, I'll post a link a little later on. Okay. That way you can click on it yourself. It's not just the video that's there. Everything that's in the video is also transcribed in the article itself, so you can actually read it. And so what I did was I screenshot the transcription so that you all know. If y'all go to the Live 5 page or whatever, let me see if I can get to the camera on it. I can't find it. Okay, right there. All right. But here's what it says, and you all heard it several times for yourself. This is what was in the recorded section in the transcriptions under the interview video. It says, is this micromanagement of us because of who we are, where we come from, as opposed to just giving us the funds? Thomas Dixon, a pastor involved in nonprofit, said, of course, with accountability, reporting on it. That's not a problem. But if there's anything different than what they've done to other nonprofits or for other nonprofits, then we need to make the playing field level. Just that simple. Just that I ain't lying. I got the receipts. He been bumping gums and ain't produced no receipts. Some of y'all that might know him need to make sure that he produced some receipts. For real, for real. Okay. If he gonna make these accusations, you know. Again, like I said, he got a 5-day start on me. So if he stands down now, well and good. I still got about at least 3 more days I can go in just to catch up with where he was already at, thinking that I wasn't getting ready to get with him. Mm-hmm. And here's another part of that danger. I spoke on it on Corey Allen already, how he used that what he was supplied with by Shakim, by Johnathan, how he used that to put it out to his base that I somehow, one, I got money that I didn't get. And two, I said that the nonprofits, because they're black, they don't need to be reporting on nothing. He put that out to these white racists who in turn put that out to their people. And here's a couple of their people right here. Alan Dobson. Some of y'all who are in the social justice realm know this clown, okay? And let me be gentle with him, okay? Because he's sick, or he claims to be sick. He says he got stage 4 liver cancer and all of this here. But he need to just go on about his business and quit messing with me. I don't know why it is. You know, I done told all of them people, I got a wife. I'm good. I'm not looking for no boyfriends or nothing like that. That's not what I do. But here's Alan Dobson, right? I got 3 different people, screenshots from 3 different people out of those groups over there. The white racist groups that Shakim is supplying this fuel to against me. And I really don't know why it's always Dixon. And I said it last night several times. You never see his name on my page. I don't mention him. He's a non-factor to me. I don't know why I'm such a stuck in his head. I don't get it. But this dude, Alan Dobson, right? He comments on that same thread with Corey Allen and all of that, where he used the screenshot or shared what Shakim had, what Thrower had, posted up. Dobson says, anyone that knows Dixon understands he is a phony. Where is he getting his money? He never held a job of any substance. This man don't know me. He never held a job of any substance. So he isn't getting much on Social Security. His wife's, this dude talking about my wife, nah. His wife's retirement and Social Security just can't be enough to cover his activist activities. A nice house and a rather new car. Who is paying him? He need to get in line right behind Lewis Smith and Shakim for a checkup. They need to have their up here checked out. Something is truly wrong with this people, as does this young lady. And I hate to say it, but there's something wrong. Her name is Christy Gore. I don't know her. I would know if I tripped over. Don't refer to that man as pastor. A true Christian pastor doesn't behave like he does. Y'all hear that? He doesn't walk like Jesus does at all. No, I guess I don't walk like white Jesus for her. I'm sorry. And as far as I know, ain't no video of how Jesus walked. Okay. So I don't know who she getting her information from. But when it comes to loving our neighbors as we love ourselves, I probably stand head and shoulders above her and all the rest of these people because of the work that I do for the people in my community. Not only the Black people, but the Latino, white, Asian, and Native Americans in our community. All people. But she says, don't refer to that man as a pastor. A true Christian pastor doesn't behave like he does. He doesn't walk like Jesus does at all. She done sent me to hell. Ain't that a trip? This other one, this is Sean Jones. This is a guy here, Sean Jones, right? Sean Jones says, so according to the pastor, only white and Hispanics need an account for their federal grant spending. That's how politicians need to account for their federal grant spending. That's how politicians and embezzlers get rich. Basically, he just parroted back what he heard from Thrower and Corey about me. The pastor, according to the pastor, only white and Hispanics need to account for their federal grant spending. That's how politicians and embezzlers get rich. Crazy. Okay. Totally insane. I think I'm gonna go head on. Okay. No, I'm gonna save this next part for Sunday, actually, because on last night's live, they watch my lives too very diligently. They watch my lives, okay, and they, before I was even off, they commented on an encounter that I talked about with Thrower, where he literally and intimidatingly stood over me while I sat in my car, cussing up and talking crazy and carrying on. And I made a statement at that point about a time past. And I might as well, let me just go home and play it, okay? Let me set the background for it, okay? Let me see if I can set the background for it. Wait one. Okay. Yeah. So in the live last night, I talked about this time when they were having at the Community Resource Center, partnering up not only Community Resource Center but with Healthcare Workers United, of which I've been a board member. And I was a board member at that time, and we had a committee meeting, in order to plan an event honoring supposedly the first annual honoring of some of our historic people. Mrs. Mary Moultrie, who led the 1969 hospital worker strike. Senator Robert Ford, before he went crazy. But in honor of the work that he did, and also Mujahideen Dibaha. Well, in the discussion with Lewis Smith and some of the members of the board, I think Michelle was with him, we came up with, okay, we need somebody to present for Mujahideen. And somehow or other they were locking Shakim in. Now this is MAGA Shakim. Now this is MAGA Johnathan Thrower. Now they decided, okay, maybe he's a good fit. And I said, you know, I figured I could share my own opinion in that committee. I said, no, I don't think he's a good fit. I don't think that Mujahideen would appreciate this Republican, you know, this Republican rhetoric, spouting ideology, you know, standing up in his name, Well, Lewis, you know, Lewis, Mr. Run Tell That, you know, Run Tell That. He had to go run tell that because Shakim wasn't in the room, or Thrower wasn't in the room. And so he told Thrower about what I said. I'm in my car getting ready to leave, right? Thrower come out of the community center, huffed up and puffed up, and the cuss words and all of that, and the threats and all of that and whatever. And so what I said last night in the video was that, man, it's a good thing I wasn't who I used to be. Because about right now, and they're probably going to screenshot this thing and cut it out like he did, just like he did, isolate that little bitty portion. I said, you know, if I would have been that same person I used to be, I'd have dropped him right there. If I'd have had a weapon with me, I'd have dropped him. If I was that same person that I used to be, but I ain't. And I guess that's the blessing for him, you know, because he was definitely threatening that night. And I had it was dark. And I had a hard time containing myself anyway. So it was until I pulled off. But I listened, respectfully listened to him spout off and threat and all of this here, you know. And it's a good thing that old person was not there, okay? Because the outcome might have been different. She counted his blessings. But then when we get to the clowns, okay, back to the clowns again. Let's see. He had to screenshot that and make a comment. His comment there is, this is a pastor who demands cash for anti-gun stuff in Charleston. What kind of Christianity is this guy practicing? This is what he's putting in the racist chat rooms in his little Overton report or whatever it is. Okay. Still writing. Okay. Another one. Okay. What type of Christianity is this pastor talking about? If I'd had a weapon in me, I'd have dropped him right there. But that's how crucial it was. Then he says, race-baiting grifter that calls himself pastor in Charleston, South Carolina, Thomas Dixon, who is affiliated with anti-gun organizations which are under investigation. We cleared all of that up already by the FBI for taking money from city of North Charleston and refusing to tell people where the money went and have not been documenting their expenditures. This is all right there on this screenshot. I'm going to be posting these things up in the comments section, okay? But that's the craziness, and that's the craziness. Let me just say this here, okay? When a person with black skin lies to white supremacists about a real black man who they hate anyway, that's all the white supremacists want to hear. And they will run with it because the lies came out of a black mouth. And that's exactly what we got going on right here. Here we got this dude, Corey Allen again, him and some of his partners or whatever, some Troy Potter dude. Corey Allen says, Troy Potter, because if I had had a weapon on me, I'd have dropped him. Where's the fine line? Seems pretty clear to me. Potter says, Corey Allen, for me, it's the word if. Makes it a hypothetical. I would definitely report it if I were him. I'm just not sure it rises to the threat level, but no, by no means am I a lawyer. Corey Allen, yeah, as far as legality, who knows? But as far as an anti-gun community leader Democrat who got $100,000 grants from the city for anti-gun groups, it's cut and dry. You see how the lies are spread and how they feed off of each other and how they're doing it because a black man stood up and validated them doing it by saying another black man is doing what he's not doing. My friends, this is some sickness. This is some sickness. I presented the evidence tonight. Those of you that stayed on, and quite a few have. Holler at your boy. Hit me up if you got questions or whatever. These are the facts. These are the receipts. And he likes to use those terms. Always does this and always does that and always does that. And he never produces any kind of facts. Somebody tell him to produce the facts on what he said. Somebody, please. And now, as a point of order, because I did have some people saying, why don't we just, calm it down? If he decides to make amends can happen with a couple of things. There need to be a public recanting of everything he said. Don't just take that stuff down. Go live and apologize to Pastor Dixon for lying about him. Then I might consider not going to this next level with this next example that I have that is just as bad as on Sunday at 8:00 p.m. I'm going to prove another set of his lies that he's done with the receipts. Y'all feel me? Y'all feel me? It's 7 minutes after 9. I've been 1 hour and almost 10 minutes, a little bit long tonight, but I thank you all for staying with me. You've heard the evidence. Now it's on you. If you were a jury, what would your verdict be after deliberating? Is he a liar or does he tell the truth? What would your verdict be? That's the question. And if the verdict is that he's a liar, then he needs to be treated as such, not embraced or cajoled or sugar-coated. No, he's a liar. If by any chance the evidence that I've shown you proves that he's a liar. And if I haven't done it, thank you so very much, Maddie. Guilty as charged. If you don't believe right now, tune in Sunday at 8:00. I got another one for you. You see, you can't just play with everybody. Again, he's done this several times to me, and I haven't said anything. Well, it's about that time. His grace had an expiration date. And that expiration date was yesterday. Facebook Live yesterday, 8:00. Facebook Live today, 8:00. Facebook Live Sunday, 8:00. Y'all please tune back in and bring some more people together. Because after Sunday, I don't want to have to do this no more. And I'm hoping that he will come up straight up and publicly apologize. I don't want no backdoor. When you talk crazy about me and lied about me, you did it in public. So if you're going to apologize, do it in public too. Man up. Man up. Anything other than that, I might keep telling exposing your lies from now on till the cows come home. Because I got enough. I got ski mask. Shock him in the street. RBG, Pan-African. I got all of that. So listen, y'all have a wonderful evening. Thank you also for hanging with me so tough. I definitely appreciate it. I'm going to learn how to use this Streamyard thing because it is a good device. I did see that a couple of people did get on the Streamyard. I don't know if Streamyard was streaming though in the yard. I have to find all of that out. Still in all, after all of this though, I am still my usual self. I'm still extending myself to one and all, even Johnathan Thrower. If he knows, and he knows it himself, if he's in any kind of trouble and really needed my assistance, I came to help him with the FBI. Drove my gas all the way to Mount Pleasant because the FBI was after him. So he ain't telling y'all that, right? I got the receipts. Okay, then listen, y'all have a wonderful evening. Yeah. Text that. Okay. I hear it, Maddie. That thing had me confused, but I did manage to get the videos up and everything, which that was a big accomplishment today. So after getting the live out of the way, knowing I got another day to prepare for this one, I got church on Sunday. I got a church message on Sunday morning, praying that no confusion goes on between now and then out in the streets. We did have a shooting, a death out in the streets yesterday. Just insane. Boys to Men conference tomorrow. I'm not a participant. I'm going to spend a minute over there with them simply because it is Butch and Lisa. But I've opted to stand down from that conference, at least temporarily. Y'all have a wonderful evening. I thank you all so very much for tolerating me and putting up with me and listening to what I had to say. And if it makes sense, please tell somebody else. Pastor made sense tonight. He ain't that one that dude talking about. Y'all take care. God bless you all. Have a wonderful evening. And I'll see you all again on Facebook Live with the pastor on Sunday evening at 8 o'clock p.m. Y'all take care. Peace. Okay, where the end button? I had to find the end stream button.